Lincoln Riley has finally named the starting quarterback for the 2020 season. We got to talk about it after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolks? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, I want to talk about Lincoln Riley's choice for the starting quarterback in the 2020 season. That is, shocker, Spencer Rattler. Rattler, a redshirt freshman with tremendous pedigree and tremendous backstory and tremendous talent. I want to open up this conversation about him. First, I want to talk about what Rattler had to do to get this job and who he was playing against to get this job through spring practice, through the summer, and through the preseason in this wild coronavirus season, right? So, look, first you take a look at Tanner Mordecai, who comes out of Waco Midway, a place that wasn't a traditional football powerhouse, leads them to a state championship final. He can run it, he can throw it, and the kid's an absolute winner. In 2018, got to see him spin it just a little bit, and I really enjoyed watching him play ball. The other guy that Rattler was battling against was Tanner Shafer, the two Tanners. Shafer, though, is the most accomplished winner of all three of these quarterbacks, and I want to unpack that a little bit more as we talk about what Lincoln Riley was ultimately looking for in a starting quarterback in 2020. But you need to know, every game that Tanner Shafer has started dating back to the first time he started in high school, he has won. He was 31-0 at Canadian and a West Texas legend down there. He has all the traits that you want in a quarterback except prodigious talent. I think he's going to become a coach at some point, and he's going to be a hell of a coach, whether it's at the high school level, the college level, or the NFL level. And then there is, of course, Spencer Rattler, a five-star quarterback in the 2019 class, the number one quarterback in the 2019 class, and featured on QB1 Beyond the Lights. We didn't get to see a whole lot of him playing football because he was suspended for the remainder of his fall season as a senior for a school violation that we've never really gotten to the bottom of, but it was certainly enough to end his high school football career prematurely. He gets to Oklahoma, he joins up, and he gets to learn at the knee of Jalen Hurts. But that's important also because in being tapped by Lincoln Riley, you're following Jalen Hurts, but you're not just following Jalen Hurts, you're following Lincoln Riley's quarterback tree, which is perhaps the most prodigious in football today. Lincoln Riley gets to Oklahoma in 2015. He taps Baker Mayfield. That guy leads them to a college football playoff appearance, a Big 12 championship, eventually is a Heisman finalist, then wins the Heisman Trophy, takes Oklahoma back to the college football playoff, hands that football to Kyler Murray after saying Kyler Murray is going to be better than me. He's going to break all of my records. We didn't really know what to expect out of Kyler Murray because as the most accomplished high school football player in the state of Texas, in Texas history, he went to A&M, and it wasn't really what we all thought it would be. He decides to redshirt, go into the transfer portal, before it was really the transfer portal, signs his financial aid agreement, gets to Oklahoma, sits for a year, waits his turn, and then we get to see him ball, but not before he is drafted inside the top 10 by the Oakland Athletics in Major League Baseball's draft that June, leading into a season where we don't even know if he's going to play college football. Lincoln Riley had said, I had conversations with his family basically saying, you assure me 1 year of you playing college football at OU, and then you go play baseball. Then Billy Beane, the general manager for the Athletics, has to come out and say, we want him to play his year of college football at Oklahoma. We would be disappointed if he did not. I think they're disappointed now, as he put together one of the best seasons we've ever seen from a quarterback, just the second player in FBS history to pass for 4,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards in the same season, en route to a Heisman Trophy and the number one overall draft pick in the following NFL draft, the only player in sports history to be drafted inside the top 10 of Major League Baseball's draft and of the NFL's draft in the common draft era. Kyler Murray is a mutant. Then Riley goes into the portal, gets the backup from Alabama, the first black quarterback to start in a national championship game for Alabama, and says, I want you to be my guy. In the process, He loses the guy that he had tapped a couple years ago in Austin Kendall to the transfer portal going to West Virginia. Despite Jalen Hurts and the tools that he does not have, the things that he was still learning, he still put together a season of 3,800 yards passing and nearly 1,300 yards rushing en route to a second-place finish in the Heisman voting. He also took Oklahoma back to the Big 12 championship game where they won it and to a college football playoff berth. Now, Riley has put quarterbacks in the first, and second round, respectively, in the NFL draft. The only coach that can say that in the history of the Common Draft, dating back to 1969. And now we're talking about the guy that he picked out of high school, and the first time he's going to have an opportunity to actually play that guy from day one that he groomed out of high school, who has a year under his belt in Riley's system, and Spencer Rattler to be that dude. Now with Rattler assuming that role and becoming that dude, you have to take into account what Riley was looking for in a quarterback. He wants him to be a winner first and foremost. So if you did not win a bunch of football games in high school, you probably can't play for Lincoln Riley. You have to have shown that your teammates want to follow you and that you have the goods in winning time. You also have to show that you're accurate. He's not really a big dude when it comes to the big arm. He wants you to be able to throw the ball, but he also wants you to be able to hit a shoebox on the fly, rolling to your right, 40 yards down the field. Every quarterback but Hurts, really, that Riley has tapped at Oklahoma has been able to do that. Rattler is going to be able to do that and then some. He holds Arizona State passing records for career passing yards with over 11,000 and career touchdowns with 116. He has all the goods that you want in a quarterback that is running a Lincoln Riley pro raid style offense. And then the thing at the very top of the list, do your teammates want to follow you? Do your teammates want you to be the starting quarterback? That has been true for Spencer Rattler from the day that he arrived at Oklahoma. That 2019 class is led by him, and it is the best recruiting class that Oklahoma has put together dating back to 2010. The recruiting class that Riley put together in 2019 finished number 6 in the 247 Sports team ranking and the composite. The 2010 class finished 5th. With Jaden Hazelwood, with Trajan Bridges, with Theo Weeks, with Marcus Major, you're going to have an opportunity to be great. When you get that offensive line back that has 5 guys that have started games for Oklahoma, you have the ability to be great. Even in this pandemic, even in the middle of everything that we're all dealing with, from mask wearing to not knowing what the schedule is going to look like, you still understand who Spencer Rattler is. And if you snap him the football, he's going to be able to make it happen. He's going to be able to really inspire some magic. I talked with an NFL scout about Rattler the first time that we both got to see him in a live situation, which was South Dakota last year. And the first thing he told me was his wrist just flicks it and it goes forever. It is a beautiful ball to watch. It gets out very quickly, and he has complete control and complete command of the offense. It's about whether or not his cockiness is going to get in the way. Look at Baker Mayfield. Cockiness got in the way to some all the time, from grabbing his crotch to running from the cops. And yet and still, he is the talisman for OU football. There are people that love Baker Mayfield more than they love Adrian Peterson, Sam Bradford. He rivals Barry Switzer as the most beloved Sooner of all time. Rattler has that same self-assuredness, and I cannot wait to see him play football at the University of Oklahoma as a starting quarterback. All right, that's it for me. Doses.